Hello again, Year 11. I'm going to talk to you about the work you should be doing now, or the best ways to approach work in the evenings, after school and at the weekends. Now we know from walking around the school, we know from teaching you that you're working really hard in lessons. We're really impressed with the atmosphere and the industriousness and the focus that you're showing in school. We're very sad to see you go. But the fact is, if you want to be really successful, you've got to put in the hours, and partly that means preparing for your exams, doing some work in the evenings, doing some work at the weekends, even though you might not want to do it. Okay, three messages we're going to get across. First of all, revision classes are being offered by lots of different teachers, working really hard for you guys, and we'd obviously encourage you to go to those classes where it's appropriate for you. Note of warning though, make sure if you do go to a revision class, make sure you get the best out of it. And that means not just going and turning up and sitting there like a lemon and kind of half listening. That means going really concentrating, really valuing the time that your teacher's putting in there and getting the best out of those sessions. You should be leaving sessions thinking, right, I'm kind of energised by it, knowing exactly what you've got to do to improve. Okay, so if someone asks you this question, what did you actually get out of that session? What do you do differently now? You should have a clear answer to that question. Okay, just turning up to a revision session isn't going to do you any good at all, but approaching it successfully will be a really, really valuable way for you to help you revise. Secondly, we'll talk to you about managing your time. Now, the same principles apply as in the time management video here. Organise, know when your exams are coming, know what's coming up when. Organise your revision into sessions, about 45 minutes or an hour. Decide how many you're going to do in an evening, how many you're going to do on a weekend, and stick to that. Show the discipline to stick to that. So organising your time, yes, really important. Thirdly, revise in a skillful way. Be a skilled learner in the way you approach it. We know sitting there just reading through your notes isn't going to do you much good. You need to be more sophisticated than that. Find out what works for you. And we've got loads of ideas on the playlist and on Travel Online. Popular ones seem to be using revision cards. So make sure you've got some card. You can get it from resources, or you get it from your year leader, and the resources that you need a few pens, a few bits of card. That works well. Mind mapping works really well for some people. Find out what works for you, and as you are revising, like with the revision sessions, think about, is this working? Am I making progress? Because there's no point doing the hours if you're not getting the benefits from the end of it. And if you're revising something you don't think you're making progress, you think, oh, this is not making me feel any more confident at the end of it. Try it differently, do something else, find a different way, okay? And hopefully we've got the resources here for you to do that. So, final messages then. Do see your revision in the weekends, and in the evenings as a really important part of your preparation. Do put in the hours. We know if you put in the hours to practice and focus, we know you'll be successful, okay? Obviously we're not saying let it dominate your entire life. Really important that you have some time to relax, some time to socialise and all that sort of thing, and that you switch off. But nevertheless, get it into your head that if you're really going to be successful, if you're really going to make yourself feel good in August when you get your exam results and all that sort of stuff, you're really going to open doors for yourselves and have opportunities for, more opportunities for the future, then you're going to have to get stuck into some proper, focused, effective and skillful revision in the evenings and in the weekends. Okay, look forward to seeing the results. That's a terrible ending again.